Hello, my Tubies and my TikTokers and my Instagrammers. Sheila True Love here with you. And I want to share a clip with you for educational purposes and so that we can talk about it. I will leave my commentary after watching this clip together. And this is the reason why I still to this day don't understand why women are willing to play Russian roulette with their health and with their life. This is what I'm talking about.
A 30-year-old mother who was viciously killed by her husband Carl Monty Watts Jr. at a North Miami Beach Jewish Community Center on April 4, 2022. Shandell was stabbed the previous day and then later gunned down by her dangerous husband in broad daylight, in front of her daughter, mother, and friends at a Miami pool. Police would take a serious interest in the case when they realized that two Carl's previous exes had disappeared without traces, never to be found again. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes.
Accused of shooting and killing his wife at a Jewish community center in Northeast Miami-Dade yesterday. Detectives say
this story will be taking us to Miami, Florida. Shandell Harris was born on July 15, 1991, in Miami, Florida. She was the daughter of Sharon and James Harris. She had two brothers, James Jr. and Aaron, and a sister, Shanice. She grew up in a loving and supportive family that encouraged her to pursue her passions and talents. Was interested in politics and community service from a young age. She graduated from Miami Northwestern Senior High School in 2009, where she was a member of the student government and the debate team. She then attended Florida International University, where she majored in political science and minored in sociology. She graduated with honors in 2013. Shandell had aspirations of becoming a Miami-Dade commissioner and making a positive impact on the world with her ideas and actions. She was involved in various social and civic organizations, such as the NAACP, the Urban League, and the League of Women Voters. She also volunteered at local schools, churches, and shelters.
God could have made me anything.
As a loving mother who adored her 12-year-old daughter, Shania. She had her daughter when she was 18 years old with her high school sweetheart, who later passed away in a car accident. She raised her daughter as a single parent, with the help of her family and friends. She wanted to give her daughter the best life possible and teach her everything she knew. Shandell Harris married Carl Monty Watts Jr. on February 14, 2021, after dating him for about a year.
Who was interested first? Who said I love you first? Who's more protective? Who cleans more? Who eats the most? Who spends the most money? Who is most likely to start an argument? Who falls asleep first? Who is more annoying? Who loves the hardest?
Carl was a 45-year-old man who worked as a truck driver and had an extensive criminal background. He had been arrested several times for charges such as robbery, battery, drug possession, and domestic violence. Shandell met Carl through a mutual friend who introduced them at a party. She was attracted to his charm and charisma, and he showered her with compliments and gifts. He said that he loved her and that he wanted to marry her. He also said that he had changed his ways and that he wanted to start a new life with her. Shandell fell in love with Carl and believed his words. She hoped that he was the one who would make her happy and support her dreams. She also hoped that he would be a good father figure for her daughter, who had lost her biological father. However, soon after they got married, Carl showed his true colors. He became abusive and controlling towards Shandell. He isolated her from her loved ones and tried to manipulate her with money and gifts.
Humble yourself, baby. Be real with yourself. Be real with others.
Cheated on her with multiple women and fathered several children with them. Shandell tried to leave Carl several times, but he always threatened to harm her or himself if she did. He also claimed that he loved her and that he would change for her. Shandell was afraid of him and felt trapped in the relationship. According to witnesses and police reports, Shandell Harris went to the Michael and Russell Jewish Community Center on Sunday, April 4, 2022, with her daughter and her mother for her daughter's swimming lessons. Carl arrived at the center around 4:45 p.m., armed with a gun. He had stabbed Shandell the night before at their home in Miami Gardens, while they were fighting about his alleged infidelity. Shandell had reported the stabbing to Miami police and filed for divorce. Carl approached Shandell at the center's pool area and offered her money to drop the charges against him and to stay with him. He said that he loved her and that he wanted to work things out with her. Shandell refused his offer and asked him to leave. She said that she did not love him anymore and that she wanted to end their marriage. She said that he had hurt her too much and that she deserved better. Carl became angry and violent. He pulled out his gun and shot Shandell multiple times in front of her daughter, her mother, and dozens of other people at the crowded pool deck. He then fled the scene but was detained by private security guards at gunpoint.
Now do you understand why I tell women to stay single? Because it always starts out like a fairy tale and it ends in a nightmare. You don't have any guarantee what these men are going to change into. I mean, they literally metamorphosize from human to beast. And because you don't have any guarantee, no guarantee of how he's going to change, you notice they said the moment she got married to him, that's when his mask came all the way off. Now, she dated this dude for at least a year. So you would say, well, at least within a year, she must have seen some red flags. But what you have to understand is you have a lot of these men out here and women, they deserve to get the Grammys, the Oscar award-winning performance. Some of these men and women are great performers. They're good at deceiving people. So we can't always say, well, why didn't you pick better? You know that there were some red flags. Not all the time. Not all the time. Now, he cheated on her, made outside babies with other women. She realized this is crazy. No, hell to the no. But the thing is, you never would have to find yourself in this position if you just leave these men alone, period. Because you don't know what you're signing up for these days. And now that we're more and more aware and we're more educated when it comes to covert narcissists, you know, undercover, where it doesn't really show. You have the overt narcissist. It's just outright that they're narcissistic. And then you have these coverts who hide it, and they hide it well. But you wouldn't have to worry about kicking no man out of your house if you don't move them in. Don't ever live in the same household, please, with a man. Don't do it. If you need help financially, get yourself a female roommate. Because we know that men are physically stronger than women, and it's easy for them to just bully you. Get yourself a roommate who you know you could beat her behind if she gets stupid. Someone who's more your equal physically. So you at least have a fighting chance. I never understood why these women want these big old men, 6 feet, 6'2", because I want to feel protected. Who's going to protect you from him, though, when he switches up? A lot of these men, they smoke dope every day, that THC bullcrap. And then when it starts coming down, they start getting mean and hateful. Or they're using some other kind of mind-altering substance. And then when they're coming down, or they don't have money for their habits, they change up on you. And then you have these men who pretend that they're on God and Christ team. You have to be careful with that too, sweetheart. Like I said, my ex-husband, you know, we're talking to each other and you're dealing with each other. But don't think for one iota of a minute that Sheila is sleeping. I would never get back together with him romantically. That ain't happening. At the same time, I also know when someone is genuinely on Jesus Christ team. 1, he ain't smoking cigarettes, that's for sure. 2, he's making disciples, preaching and teaching to other men, conducting Bible studies with other men. That's someone who's genuinely, sincerely on Jesus' team. Smoking, drug usage, frying up your brain, still whipping out your eggplant with people who are not your wife. No, that's not somebody who's genuine. So you have to keep your guard up and keep your wall up when dealing with these people. But like I said, you would never find yourself in these situations if you don't get it started. You're sitting around here looking for, let me think about the targets. What kind of women do men target? Like you see this woman here, she was a single mother. They target women like her. That's who these men who are up to no good, low down, dirty, rotten demons, these demons target women who are independent, have their own home, women who are single mothers, women who are overweight and insecure about it, women who are fat, or I'm going to say women who are plus size, because you have a lot of women who are plus size. I'm plus size, but I have the confidence, honey, like you've never seen, because I have a healthy self-esteem. And I'm no longer broken, and I'm not bitter. See, I put the work in to heal myself with therapy, support groups, loads and loads of prayer. I stay prayed up, trust and believe. And I also turned my life over to Christ, because I know Jesus Christ, I could trust him to provide for me, to protect me, to lead me, and to be my teacher. You see, you have a lot of women who say that they're Christian women, but they really don't feel that Jesus Christ is enough. What, for the eggplant purposes, child, please. They got the Adam and Eve Play Store for all of that. The rose, the rabbit, all kind of toys that could take you to the promised land. So forget about that part. And you don't have to worry about your pH balance being thrown off. You don't have to worry about STDs being given to you. Like my brother gave my sister-in-law in the early 80s, he gave her AIDS. She felt that I don't have to wear protection or worry because this is my husband. And her husband is the one who killed her with AIDS. And that's when they only had AZT in the early 80s. So even when you're married, you're not safe. If you have a man who don't have biblical and Christian morals and values, you are not safe. You have a man who's on Satan the devil's team, sweetheart. So be careful. And the best thing I say is to be a part of the sisterhood. And I'm talking about women who are on Jesus Christ's team. Jesus Christ is their husband and their king. That's what you call a true queen. In my eyes, you ain't no real queen if your king is not Jesus Christ. You sitting up here saying your king is some imperfect, shallow, superficial, fickle dude who, when your looks and your body change, so does his feelings for you. They change. We ain't got time for that. No. A true queen, her king is JC. And you wouldn't have to find yourself in these situations if you just leave these dudes alone. Don't get emotionally connected. No, I don't want no relationship with you. We may hang out from time to time. When your feet hit the floor, I show you to the door. Or no, we're just friends, dude. That's it. That's all. Don't let no man feel like you're in some relationship and you're supposed to be submissive. Let me tell you another thing, honey, please. The moment they come out with that word submissive, red flag, run. That's an abusive bastard. The moment he says, I'm looking for someone who's submissive, that means he wants a woman who's not going to stand up for herself. She's not going to speak up for herself. He wants to abuse you, and you're supposed to lay down and take it in silence. Trust me when I tell you. He wants to do any and everything. 90% of the time, everything has got to go his way. So that means you're walking, talking, living on a tightrope, or eggplant. Forget the eggplant, because you got Adam and Eve Play Store for that. Trust and believe. Honey, please, I'm a very satisfied lady, which is why I'm usually happy. I go to the promised land, honey, every freaking weekend. So I'm good in that area. But the thing is, he wants everything to go his way between 90 to 99% of the time. And the moment you ask him for something that you need, here comes the attitude. Here comes the physical or very verbal abuse. Emotional, better yet. Here comes the emotional and mental abuse every time you tell him that you need something. Oh, can you help me with this? Anytime you speak up for yourself and you stick to your standards and your boundaries, he's trying to tell you that you're masculine. You have too much masculine energy. Why? What makes me masculine? Because I have a voice and I'm going to exercise it? Because I'm going to check you on your bullery? That makes me masculine? Well, baby, may I be more man than you will ever be and more woman than you'll ever get. Yeah, because I'm not going to lay down and let somebody walk all over me. This is my one and only guaranteed life too. God gave me life to be happy. And life is too damn short for you to be putting up with all of this abuse. Someone who don't value and appreciate you. That don't sit well. It should not sit well with you. It don't sit well with Jehovah or Jesus Christ when he sees how these men are abusing the gift. We are the gift. A man who finds a wife finds a good thing. Show me the scripture that says a woman who finds a husband finds a good thing. No, what she finds is extra work. That's what she finds. And we are here to be their helper. Keep that in mind. God created women as a man's helper because they need it. You see, they need us. We don't need them unless, of course, you want children because you need the sperm. At the same time, it's up to us whether we keep that seed. That's why you have to understand why you should appreciate your mom, even though she may be toxic. Lighten up on her the same way you are so forgiving and willing to work so hard with these toxic men. Your mom is the reason why you're breathing. So even though she's toxic, and trust me, honey, my mom was amazing. She was just like, whoa, she's my shero. She was my role model. Was she perfect? No. Was she amazing? Yes. She raised a very strong, independent, confident, very healthy self-esteem young lady over here. Well-seasoned, very refined lady, classy. Because I saw my mom, she didn't put up with no man's abuse. And if a man asked my mother for money, child, she metamorphosized. Hell no. You don't ask my mother for no money and you want her to respect you as a man. That wasn't happening. So my mom, she raised me also spiritually, biblically, reading the Bible with me for hours on end, which is what served to help me while I was out here in the battlefield, the world, to battle, because I had spiritual armor and I had my weapon, which is God's word, the Bible. That's why I say, make sure you're taking care of your children spiritually. And any man that comes into your life, if he's not going to provide spiritually for you and your children, that's a deal breaker. Yeah, that's a huge deal breaker. So, like I said, going forward, babies, my beautiful ladies out here, all the women who's a part of the Sisterhood, that's right, we have each other to share our lives with. We have each other that we can nurture back to good health. Yeah. You know, women are naturally, we love to talk, so that goes without saying. So we're excellent communicators. We're nurturing. That's just natural for us. We're just very loving and very reasonable and very trying to heal. That's just who we are. That's just the way God created us. I'm sorry. We are amazing. We are beautiful. And these circus clowns who can't appreciate us, oh well, that sounds like a personal problem that they have to address. That's not your issue. That's theirs. But like I said, going forward, always make sure you look out for other women. Don't hurt other women. I don't care about race or what your nationality and what your whatever the hell is. I don't care about all of that color stuff. I care about the gender. And I support my gender. I support, actually, to be honest with you, I support what's right. Because sometimes my gender, they need work too. These women need to stop rewarding bad behavior. That's what they need to do. When a circus clown put his hand on you, cheat on you, that should be the last time. They should never get to roll the dice twice when it comes to doing cutthroat on you, betrayal, or when it comes to laying their hands on you. Hell no. I don't care how many times they talk about, I'm going into treatment, it'll never happen again, baby. Please say, I hear where you're coming from. I get it. At the same time, no. This is so not going to work for me because it's too stressful. And stress gives heart attacks. It causes strokes. People all twisted up. They got to relearn everything else from the stroke and the stress that these relationships are putting people through. I know so many people who are in relationships and they said it's torture. It's torture. But you have a lot of women out here who are into S&M, sadistic masochism. They love being tortured. They love being abused. That's why they keep signing up for it. God helps them get out of one relationship. They're out there trying to get into another one. Chasing after drama. Chasing after abuse. Chasing to be tortured. Sadistic masochism. Oh God, please. Why do all of that when you could be a part of the sisterhood and you can have Jesus Christ as your husband who's always going to look out for you and have your best interests at heart? That's the point I'm trying to get across to women. You have other women. Me, myself, I love you. I love you so much. I do. That's why I leave my email. You have my business phone number up on here where you always have contact to me. I work on a donation basis only because when people pay for something, they tend to value it more. That's why I didn't set a set price, because I don't know what you can afford. Times are hard for everyone, but I will take a donation. Only so I want you to pay attention and take what I'm saying to you seriously. And that's the reason why I work on a donation basis. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love, truly loving you. And remember, you won't find yourself in these situations if you don't get it started. Nobody stays the same. People change. And you have no guarantee that they're going to change for the better. I'm just saying.